There is a lot of ambiguity and confusion regarding the exact nature of knowledge of Atma or Brahman. What exactly is the Atma Jnana or Brahma Jnana is very rarely ascertained. Vedanta is very precise about the goal to be accomplished and the sadhanas means to be employed. To know and ascertain this, a lot of questions need to be answered on the guidelines of Shastras and not based on hearsay or arbitrary translation. I am mentioning here quite a number of these questions so that in the course of forthcoming 14 sessions, we can discuss them and see what Vedanta Shastra has to say in this connection, so that our understanding of the the nature of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana will be very clear. The discussion or the teaching contained in these 14 talks will have to answer these questions at one place or other, not serially as such. At places, the questions may not be expressly told, but there is an answer to such questions. Now let us have some idea about what these questions are. To begin with, what is an experience? What is the knowledge in terms of definition? Is there any relation between the experience and knowledge? What is meant by the word experiential? Is there a rule that an experience can never be the knowledge? Or is there a rule that knowledge can never be an experience? Or is it that in some cases knowledge is experiential, in some cases knowledge is not experiential? If it is so, what is the criterion? What is the criterion wherein knowledge is experiential, and what is the criterion wherein knowledge is not experiential? Now, as for the pramana, what is a pramana, or what is called as means of knowledge? Means of knowledge. Is there a rule that because pramana means jnana sadhana, because pramana, jnana sadhana gives the knowledge, and therefore it should not be, or it did not be, or it is not experiential? Is there a rule like that? That it can never be experiential? Is there a rule? Is pramana independent, or does it depend on some samagris? Samagris means prerequisites. Does pramana depend on some prerequisite for it to operate? Is a pramana infallible always in imparting the knowledge? Means once you use the pramana, means what? Knowledge is gained. Or does the pramana fail? If pramana fails, when does it fail? When does it fail? So then, what is swatha pramanyam? We'll see what is the swatha pramanyam. The first question is, what is that swatha pramanyam? Is Vedanta an independent means of knowledge? is Vedanta and independence of knowledge? Or are there any other pramanas which are independent in their nature? What is pratyaksha? What is paroksha? What is aparoksha? What is the aparoksha entity? Aparoksha entity. What is paroksha jnana? What is aparoksha jnana? Can understanding be aparoksha jnana? What is the distinction between paroksha jnana and aparoksha jnana? What is aparokshanubhuti? You know there is a text by Adi Shankaracharya, aparokshanubhuti. What do you mean by aparokshanubhuti? What is atmanubhava? In fact, in the Brahma Sutra Bhashya of the 4th chapter, at one place, Bhashyakara defines what is atmanubhava. What is that atmanubhava? What are the implications of Atma being Anubhava Swarupa? What do you mean by Anubhava Swarupa? What does it indicate? What does it imply? Or Anubhava Swarupa means self-experience in principle. Is there any distinction between Anubhava Swarupa Atma and Jnapti Swarupa Atma? Jnapti Swarupa means the one who is self-evident knowledge principle. Atma, which is self-evident knowledge principle. Either are they one and the same or two distinct things? Are Satchit Ananda. We say Atma is Satchidananda. Do you mean to say Satchit Ananda in the nature of Atma, distinct three entities? Are there three entities or it is one and the same entity? All these are discussed. What is Triputi? What enables the Triputi to come into existence? Is Triputi an indispensable factor in gaining experience? Or there can be experience independent of Triputi? What is meant by, what is the meaning of the word mystic? Is Vedanta mystical? Can knowledge of Atma in its real nature be gained without being aware of Atma in its true nature? You gain Atma Jnana, but you are not aware of what that nature is. Is it possible? If yes, that means that means one can be aware of Atma, you say, what is the state of mind wherein one can be aware of Atma? What is called by Prapancha Pravilapana? When the Mithyatva Nishchaya of Jagat or anything that is superimposed can be made. Is Darshana, direct vision or Satya Adhisthana necessary for Mithyatva Nishchaya or not? Has Samadhi any relevance in Vedanta, in Atma Jnana? When one can be face to face with our real nature of Atma, just as you see your face in the mirror. First thing, is it possible? If yes, then what is that state? Further is there. What is meant by Viveka Prajna Samadhi? What is meant by Andha Samadhi? What is the contrast or distinction between Viveka Prajna Samadhi and Andha Samadhi? Andha Samadhi. Then, does Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavan Krishna speak about Samadhi in Bhagavad Gita? Does Bhashyakara Adi Shankaracharya highlight the role of Samadhi in Vedantic pursuit. What is meant by Aparayatta Bodha? Aparayatta Bodha. What is Yogi Pratyaksha? What is Shodhitatvam Pada? Or I, in its real nature, free from upadhis. When does Mahavakya actually operates? What is the prerequisite for Mahavakya to operate? What is the apavada of Adhyastha Prapancha? Then, do you mean to say simply saying that it is nitya in nature? We have seen. Earlier question was what? Is it possible to ascertain mithya without the darshana of satya? Adhisthana. These are the questions. Further, the fundamental question. What is moksha? All Vedanta is going for what is moksha? Like know that after listening Ramayana, somebody asked, what is the relation between Rama and Sita? So the question is, what you mean by liberation? What you mean by moksha? If is Atma-jnana referred to in the Patanjala Yoga Sutras? Is it there in Patanjala Yoga Sutras? Is there any alternate method or technique for Ashtanga Yoga? Ashtanga Yoga. What do you mean by Brahma Sakshatkara? Is Brahma Sakshatkara the understanding of Vedantic scriptures? Can the understanding of Vedantic scripture be Brahma Sakshatkara? What is the prajna in the Sthita Prajna described in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Sthira prajna yasya saha. What is that prajna which makes him Sthita Prajna? What is meant by Chitta Prasada? What sage Vasishtha says about the nature of Atma-jnana? Do the Upanishads speak of 7 stages of Atma-jnana? What is called as Sapta Jnana Bhumikas. Do the intensity or the quality of Atma-jnana differ from loka to loka? Which is the loka is most practical to gain Atma-jnana? Does Chaitanya nature of Atma, what is that? That self-experiencing principle, nature or the self-evident the knowledge principle of Atma cease to be there at any time? Does, like when you put switch off, Atma is what? Put off. Is it possible at any time? Does it cease to be there at any time? Is Brahmananda, Paramananda, which is Nitya, is it experiential? Can it be experienced? Does Anubhava Sarupa or Jnapti Sarupa or self-evident Atma depend on the presence of the Upadhis? And does it cease to be there the moment Upadhis are not there? The moment Adhyastha is there, Atma ceases to be evident. That means what? Knowledge principle. Is it so? Can the entity which is Ananta, limitless, be other than Brahmananda, Paramananda? Has Bhashyakara Shankaracharya pinpointed anywhere that this is the state wherein Atma can be known in its true nature? Has he said anywhere? What is meant by Atma Vidneyaha in Mandukya Upanishad Mantra 7? What do you mean by Vidneyaha? Because Bhashyakara is silent on the word Vidneyaha as far as the Bhashya of Mantra 7 is concerned. What do you mean by that? All such topics are discussed and the exact nature of Atma-jnana, Brahma-jnana is ascertained with thorough corroboration of original Sanskrit quotations from Vedanta Shastra. All Sanskrit passages are properly explained in Hindi. You did not get flabbergasted. Oh, so much of Sanskrit, etc. It is clearly explained in English as such. Even if you overlook the Sanskrit passages, the content will be there in whatever that is spoken in the or taught in the English language. Thorough clarity regarding the nature of Atma-jnana, Brahma-jnana is an essential prerequisite for Vedantic pursuit. Vedanta is not beating around the bush. It is very precise as such. Unless what we are in for, unless what is the nature of Atma-jnana, pursuit cannot gain momentum. It's not possible. See, there may be many deficiencies in us. We can make good. Or if it is difficult, at least we can pray to Ishvara so that the deficiency can be made good. But you should know where do we lack. So since last year, April 2018, I am teaching every Sunday evening. Time, what is the time? 5:25 p.m. to 6:25 p.m. once a week, Mandukya Upanishad, the Karika and Karikas with Bhashya. Last 4-5 months we had come up to the 7th mantra, the crux of entire Mandukya Upanishad, 7th mantra. In that context, Saha Atma, Saha Vidneyaha is there. So taking into account all these ambiguities, I discussed in detail to give a clear picture what is the Atma-jnana Swarupa. What is this nature, real nature of Atma-jnana? So from that standpoint, so that you will now, or you are going to get now a set of 14 plus 1 this prelude, 15 videos which will be edited from my talks of Mandukya Upanishad with Karikas and Bhashya. What we have done is, what we are going to do is, it will take little time, but it will be soon, it will be displayed as such. We will be uploading on the YouTube. And this teaching is available on YouTube and Facebook. My Mandukya teaching available. So we are editing it by removing the prayer and the chanting portion and little few other things, etc., so that your time can be saved. This set of 14 plus 1, 15 videos will give a clear picture of what is Atma-jnana, what is Brahma-jnana. I hope you will make good use of it. Thank you.